I'm the Slasher Movie Reviewer, and I am pretty darn excited for 2012. It's pretty jam-packed, and we probably all are. But personally, my favorite genre happens to be horror. So, in horror, there's a ton of horror movies coming out at the end of the year. So, I thought I'd count down the top 10 that I am most anticipated on seeing. So, let's get started. Number 10 is Chronicle, and it comes out February 3rd, and it's a found footage film, and I like the gimmick. I think it's working, and it's sort of an action-y kind of movie and it's about three friends, and they sort of have this power of like moving things with their mind, and one of the friends sort of uses it for bad, and it sort of backfires, and now the other two guys are sort of trying to stop their friend from breaking loose and wreaking havoc, but from the trailer, it looks like they failed, and this movie looks completely independent, and I like that. I am so excited for this movie. It's being covered on a bunch of horror websites, so therefore I'm classifying it on my list, but it definitely looks more action-y than anything, but I'm super excited for this movie, so you can check it out February 3rd. Number 9. And it's a crazy little title, but I'm excited because it's produced by Tim Burton and stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is not a newbie to the horror genre. And that is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And it is directed by this Timur guy who has done a couple of films. I cannot pronounce his name, and this movie I'm expecting to be very visual and very campy and a lot of fun, so I'm excited for this one. And yeah, you can check it out on June 22nd. She does not have a release date, and it was supposed to come out in 2011, and I'm actually okay with it being bumped, because I did not like the November release date. It needs to be somewhere in the summer period, I think, personally, and that is Piranha 3 Double D, yes, reference to the bra size, and it basically, and as you science people can probably give me about 50 reasons why this plot is impossible, but it's Piranha movie. It's not meant to be taken seriously, guys. It's meant to be gratuitous, violent, grotesque, bloody, gory, all that stuff, it's not meant to be taken serious. And with this plot, you can tell. Basically, the piranhas get into a water system and attack a water park. And I've seen the teaser trailer, and this movie looks absolutely funny, and especially the part where Ving Rhames is like, "Someone, give me my legs." And it is hilarious. I'm so excited for this movie. I gave the first one, I think, a perfect score. It's just so much campy and fun, and I highly recommend you check it out. So yeah, expect a lot of cameos in that film. Number 7 is The House at the End of the Street. Now, this is a PG-13 horror movie, and we all have our opinions on PG-13 horror movies, but there are a few good ones out there, which makes me excited about this one. Because this one actually has a pretty good cast of Elizabeth Shue, Max Sterrett, and Jennifer Lawrence. And so I'm super excited for this film. They're trying to make this film sort of the next Psycho, kind of what Disturbia did for Rear Window. So I'm super excited about it. And Jennifer Lawrence says she only does films if she thinks it has a good script, and she has not made a bad movie yet, in my opinion. I'm a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan and a huge Hunger Games fan, so I have to back up Jennifer Lawrence. It's in the contract. You can catch The House at the End of the Street on April 20th. My number 6 film is actually by a book by Isaac Martin, I think, and I'm reading it right now. I just started, so I can't really say much, but it's titled Warm Bodies, and it is a romance centered around zombies, and Summit is distributing it. So let's hope they don't try to milk this and make it the next Twilight. And I can't really say if it is similar to Twilight. Personally, so far, I don't see any similarities. But reading it, I can just tell that this is movie ready. And I am super excited to see this book turn to life. So excited about this. Number 5. I don't have to say much about this movie because I'm sure all of you are excited. It's Tim Burton teaming up with Johnny Depp once again about a bunch of freaks in this family, and it's titled Dark Shadows, and you can check that out on May 11th. Do I have to say any more? It's Tim frickin' Burton. The Cabin in the Woods. Now I am super excited for this film. It is not, they just recently released a trailer for it, not so a while back ago. And let me tell you, I saw, and this trailer was not what I was expecting. When they released the first poster for the movie, the tagline says, "If you hear a strange noise, have sex." So I was expecting sort of a fun, sort of campy horror movie. And the first half of the trailer definitely was what I expected, with the cast of Richard Jenkins and the almighty Chris Hemsworth, who played Thor. Then there's this scene in the trailer where the bird's sort of flying down and it hits this wall. I will say that. I was expecting a population of deformed humans, and instead I got, whoa, and I was entered. Everything happened after that was just wild and crazy, and really engaging, freaky stuff started happening afterwards. So I'm so excited for this movie. Mainly because this movie premiered at a film convention in Austin called, I don't know, it's supposedly called a Buttathon. I'd never heard of this convention. But they showed Sherlock Holmes 2, Mission Impossible 4, The Grey. They premiered those films here at the film convention, and this film, Cabin in the Woods, actually won the Best Feature Film category, and the reviews are stellar. They said it will be the top genre film of the year. They also said, one guy said it was one of the greatest horror films ever created. It will change the horror genre. Woman in Black. Now this stars Mr. Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, and this movie just looks super creepy and super scary, and it's PG-13, but it looks super good, and like this trailer really creeped me out when I watched it in the theaters, and I'm super excited for this film, and you can check that one out on February 3rd. They are excited about this film, and that is Ridley Scott's Prometheus. And I mean, it stars Charlize Theron, and it was scheduled to be an Aliens prequel, but they scratched that idea, and now it's just a regular Alien movie, but it's not an Alien prequel. That kind of reminds me of what happened when The Thing came out. I think I remember The Thing being like a remake, and then scratched that idea and made it a prequel. So this time they're saying, no, this isn't an Alien prequel. This is just a random Alien movie. But it's Ridley Scott going back to the genre that he defined. He changed the Alien genre. Alien movies would not be the same. Paranormal Activity 4. The third one kind of left us some questions that we kind of want to know. And I think the series is getting better by film, so I'm super excited about that movie. And expect it to come out around Halloween. Of course, we won't know anything basically until the month of October, because Paramount is really good at keeping everything hush-hush. So which I like a lot, and I'm super excited about Paranormal Activity 4. I am a huge Paranormal Activity supporter. I consider the first one to be like my 1973 Exorcist experience. I did get to see it though before all the hype, so therefore I kind of have a little bit of lineage to brag about this movie. There you have it. Those are my top 10 horror films, and I'm really excited for it. Though at the end of this video, you will see a list of honorable mentions, because there's just so many good horror movies coming out next year. I had to throw these in here. But yeah, so yeah. Chronicles, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Piranha 3 Double D, House at the End of the Street, Warm Bodies, Dark Shadows, The Cabin in the Woods, The Woman in Black, Prometheus, and Paranormal Activity 4 are the top 10 horror movies I am looking forward to seeing this year, seeing in 2012. So yeah, I'm the Slasher Movie Reviewer, and you guys have just been slashed.